can't even take me because my battery's fucking charging here. I can't take my phone with me. So I'm 4%.
I just had to plug mine in. Mine's on 100 now. Well, it's on 73 because I unplugged it.
Welcome to the howling abyss. Minions have spawned.
Oh, hello. I think you managed it, Ulick. Hello, Murph.
Hello, buddy.
Hey,
okay?
hello. Yeah. I see it. I see the stream number what dropped down from. I think earlier on you were like 45, and it's obviously getting a bit later on. It's now 17.
I don't
Okay.
even know what you mean by that. I was 45 now, 17.
You had 45 people when I first logged on. That was about
Oh, right,
45
okay.
minutes ago.
This is Jones' stream. This is Jones' stream. This is not my stream. This is Jones. I've never had 45 people watching my stream in my life. 4 or
Well, you will
5
after the other night.
Johnny
Well,
gets into the.
Yeah, you will. You will, of course you will.
First
People
time I
loved you,
met-
for fuck's sake.
First time I
Hey,
met Johnny
what?
was
What are you
in
on
a
about?
different chat.
What was I going to say? Sir Laugh a lot. What do we call you?
Just laugh. Laugh.
That's good. Yeah, that's just laugh.
Go fucking mental and laugh.
I'll tell you right now, I've got a
Laughing all
good
the-
mate.
and, seeing all these fuckers' faces, laugh in their face. I've got a video that I'm going to upload. It's actually just an audio.
Is right,
And
lad.
I spoke to a guy who's been front and centre of UK Parliament. I spoke to him today for 35 minutes and I absolutely destroyed him. But I didn't do it in such a way that he said, "Oh, I can phone the police. I can get you in trouble for what you've said." I waited for 35 minutes. I waited for 35 minutes until he said, "I've got to run to a meeting." And I said, "You carry on, mate. You go to your meeting." So I'm going to upload that probably tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, I'm gonna have to
Laugh in
come
their
and
face,
follow you
man.
then. I'm gonna have to
Laugh
come
right
and
in their
follow
face.
you to see that.
No, well, maybe that'll happen, but I doubt it. I doubt it. It's funny, social media is a funny thing. Like, it depends on where you're coming at it from. Like, I've ran businesses, and I've been on social media, and I've played to that audience a wee bit, and it took me a long time. I actually got far less numbers than I ever hoped for, which is obviously not what you're looking for. But social media is a funny game. Like, it's a funny game.
It's it's hard to navigate social media, mate, unless you've got a little bit of savvy about you. Navigating social media is a very difficult thing, and people just jump into it. The likes of Facebook and say what the fuck they want, and they haven't really got a clue what the depth of the shit they're getting themselves into.
True.
So
Mark,
you've
true.
got to navigate social media.
Well,
You've got to navigate it.
It's a bit like a wrecking ball. Like, it depends on how your algorithm's tuned, and if you're tuned to deal with the stuff that we're dealing with, I think actually even if it's tuned to deal with the stuff we're dealing with, you can't actually be subtle because you're always getting the split. You're always getting the split.
But you don't actually need to be subtle, do you? If you know how to navigate what you're addressing in the first place, you don't have to. Because I'm the least subtle person in the world. There's nobody less subtle than me, and I can't believe there's anybody that's got less subtlety than me. Because I don't believe that. I don't believe they exist.
See, the thing is, Murph. Like, actually, you made me realise. Like, actually, we have to be even more careful. As time goes on, there's always a new layer that they add. There's a Scottish law that's coming into place on.
There you go.
I think it's April. There's a new law. If you call a transgender person if you misgender that person in Scotland, there's a law that's happening in April that can get you arrested for that. So
if you call a transgender person, you're going to jail.
no, if you call them a transgender person, that probably won't get you in trouble. But if you misgender them, rightly or wrongly, you're still going to go
Can
to
you
jail for
not
that.
misgender somebody that thinks he's a fucking woman when he's a man? How can you not misgender them? It's impossible.
This is it. They're making.
You know, man.
It used to be that there was no
Show
such
us
thing
your
as.
fucking ovaries.
It used to be.
Show us your ovaries. Show us your uterus, lad.
Yeah, there was no such thing as a thought crime before. You're
No.
allowed to think what you want. Like you can think.
It was in
whatever you-
1984.
Yeah, but now they're making thoughts a problem.
And we seen it coming because Orwell told us. And I mean, if anybody hasn't read 1984 or even Animal Farm, because you can see what's coming. Because those books that Orwell wrote, they're not just novels. The manifestos. They're telling you what's actually going to happen to you if you do not stand on your feet and fucking change things.
I see that you mentioned the word manifesto. Like, all the political parties are supposed to have manifestos, but see one thing that's missing from all these, the left, right and centre big parties in their manifesto is they don't tackle the issue of immigration in a common sense way. They don't deal with it. Like Labour are the resurgent party in the UK, they do not have, and in fact a councillor told me today that their manifesto policy on immigration has not yet been written. You would think that a party in this world today, on the eve of a general election, would have written their response to immigration. One of the biggest questions.
Placements. Well, we are being replaced. We're being replaced.
But I understand that immigration, there should be none, because there is no benefit at all of immigration. None. Well, yeah, if that's what you call immigration, then that's a whole different name.
I can't imagine, mate, that there's somebody in the Middle East that's dying to come to England. That would not want to leave their own home and their own family
would anyone want
to come
immigrate?
to Britain. Why would they want to do that? Why would they want to do that? Unless they were encouraged to do so.
Because you know something, actually, see if you look at this a little bit differently. When you've got men in the Middle East, and mainly men are coming to the UK, they have looked at us on the internet, and they have sweared up to us, and they've said, we can offer more to the women of the UK
than
the guys of the UK can offer them. And I'm telling you.
Okay, but why? Why does that happen?
Bastards, and they think they can square up to me, and I'll fucking
smash
them.
Come on, it's not like that. It's not like that. Come on.
That's what they're doing. They've got nothing to offer.
Would you leave your home? Would you leave your home and your family to go to the Middle East because it had a better economy than Britain? Would you do that? Because you wouldn't. I wouldn't do it. I definitely would not do that.
But these people come from a creed that it doesn't even matter if you've got one wife or two wives. These guys are guys that think that
it's their culture.
They're creeps, man. The white girls are attractive for sure. Like, I love my white girls, but these guys think that they can, whether they're slightly.
But do you see these men with white women though? You only see them with their own, and they're hiding their faces. They're ashamed of themselves. They're women. So, I mean, I would point that out to the women themselves in the first place. You know what I mean? Like, Irish women won't. We won't put up a fucking that at all. You know what I mean? The women are more. Hang on. Women won't put up with that. Women know what they're fucking like anyway. They don't have to be fucking told. If they're that fucking stupid, they can have them. Them women. You know what I mean? They're more than fucking welcome to them.
But when you think about, like, if you pair together two splits and you look at what's happening to our women, some women are actually. They've dangled a carrot to say to women that you don't need a guy, you don't need a white guy, especially in our society. What you need is OnlyFans. You get a little bit of money from that. You've maybe had one kid, or maybe you've had no kids. But so that's your option. And then from now that they're in the OnlyFans situation, they push like crazy stuff. Like they push the big black cock, or they push the the ridiculous porn or something like that, and then unfortunately what happens to that impressionable mind is they then go to the rotten idea of a dirty dick, and they will
So
welcome
what?
any type
So
of cock.
tell me this then. What is wrong with white British men that white British fucking women would
We can do it
rather
all.
have an
Like,
immigrant?
that's the
Because
thing. We
there's
can do it
something
all. But
wrong with
we
us.
can.
There's
There's
something
nothing wrong with
wrong,
us.
and we're
No,
not standing up. We're not
no, it's
standing up
not
for
that. There's
ourselves.
nothing wrong with us. We're as good as the next person. It doesn't matter where you come
Okay,
from in
so
the
why are
world.
they
We're
flocking?
stronger.
Why are they flocking? Why are they flocking? Why are they flocking to the immigrants? Because if it's
That's
not
their
our
fault.
fault, if it's not our
Because
fault, it's not their fault. You can't just
I don't mean to get you worked
you
up,
can't
Mark.
just say
I
every
don't mean to
woman.
get you worked up. But what I learned today from speaking to this councillor who's been a Labour member of Parliament for at least 20 years, he 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 is the type of character that is party to this open door policy that Tony Blair brought in, and he doesn't care a fuck about anybody. He is of the belief that it doesn't matter. It doesn't. He is of the belief
So
that
we
it
should
doesn't
fuck
matter.
kids.
He's the type of character that will make up a story to fulfill his own greed, whether
And
it's
believe every
honestly
word he
it's
says.
honestly sick, man. It's honestly sick. We're talking about Bohemian Grove stuff here.
Yeah, okay. I'm all on board with that. Tony Blair will make up a story and believe every word he says, even though he knows he's just made it up. And I'm
And,
right on your fucking right
but
up your
see,
street, lad.
but see the thing about this quote unquote Bohemian Grove stuff, like you might only hear that in different places, and actually there's no real logic to Bohemian Grove. Bohemian Grove is like a small sect of people that are concocting an idea for the world, and then unfortunately what happens is because they've got influence with money,
You're like Davos.
it's honestly bonkers, man. It's got no rhyme or reason. You might have, it's just like, it's like me saying to you, oh Murph, by the way, I've got this really great golden rainbow fucking, it can change time and all that sort of stuff. You know it's not true. It's bizarre. It's fucking random. But if I've got the,
But it's like, what was his name? Himmler, was it, that said, if you repeat a lie often enough and you repeat it
there you
more,
go. Yeah, you
and
got it. Yeah.
it's gonna sink in and you're gonna believe it.
Yeah.
So was it Himmler that said that? I can't remember who it was that said it.
Never said that. It's
So
fucking
if
true.
you can get a likes of a
Believe
Tony
that
Blair
sometimes.
that will stand there and make something go up on the spot, and he will speak it with such vehemence, with absolute authority, people will believe what he's saying,
Yeah, yeah.
even though it's absolute
I-
bullshit.
And see the thing, one thing, like maybe this is weird to say, but it's true. Like you say you've got Tony Blair, and we were talking about this the other day there. Say you've got Tony Blair who started his politics, right? And he came out of university or college or wherever he came from, and then he got to the workplace. And let's say he got to the workplace and he started earning, let's just say 20 grand a year, and then 5 years later he was on 25 grand, and then 5 years later he was on 35 grand, and so on. And then he got to the position where he was the Prime Minister, right? And then he starts saying, by the way, I really believe we need to go to Iraq because I think A, B and C. And it doesn't matter if there's a million people on the street saying that's not a good idea. He said, and he still says it today, he said, I did what I thought was right. And then quickly, he hides behind.
But you know what?
He jumps to religion. Whereas, what I'm saying, Murph, is you, me, Ulrich and other people in these chats, when we say something, we're not saying it because we've been paid 25 grand. We're not saying it because we've been paid 35 grand. We're saying it because we see it in the pubs. We see it on the
Because
streets.
we believe it. Because we believe it.
But we see it in real life. These people are so abstracted from society, and then they put the projection bullshit, and then they say I'm doing what I think is right, and they try and bring semblance to between you and me, and they're not. They are couldn't be from a different world.
You're speaking to my heart, lad. You're speaking to my heart now. You're speaking to my heart.
I'm telling you, mate, get on to your local counsellor, get your phone recorded. There's an app
No.
that'll call you.
No.
Speak to your counsellor.
The only way I'm going to my local counsellor is if I come to his door and I punch his fucking head in. I'm never going to my local counsellor.
Do this. Speak to your counsellor. Record your call. Frame a few questions that are important to you. Record it, and not even frame them. Just speak normally. And I guarantee, when you listen back to that call, you'll find that your counsellor has tripped himself up about 1,000,000 times, and then you can publish that call, and you can awaken so many people by fucking aim for the middle.
You know what? You're probably right, and it's probably what I. But you know what I do? I get so annoyed. I can't speak to these people.
You're allowed to talk to your counsellor and actually get frustrated, because there's no crime they can do you with. If you're pushing your counsellor and your MP and saying, I'm so frustrated with A, B and C, they can't give you into trouble from saying, they can't get the cops involved if you push them on a point and you say, I'm feeling upset, or you're a fucking cock, or the way you're treating me, or the way you're pretending. They can't give you into trouble for that. It's a dance floor, and when you push them, they're on it. So just imagine yourself in any political forum, and they get argumentative with each other, and they're also very professional. So if you spot,
you don't want to do that. You really don't want to do that.
Well, if you get a counsellor in your forum, and not a physical forum, it would be over the telephone call. I guarantee it's going to go different directions, but you'll get the answers you're looking for, and what you might not always, it might not always be presented. Like if you play the call back and you're trying to show the world, it might not be perfect in your mind, but at least you're speaking from the soul. And these guys are professionals. They know how to break up a conversation. So, but the point I'm making is you can do it. You can absolutely do it. Go for it, fuck them.
Yeah. You know
I don't
what?
really be so
It's an easy thing to say. It's a very difficult thing for somebody like me to do, though.
Absolute fucking slime.
It's a really difficult thing for me to do. It's an easy thing to say, and I can see where you're coming from. I could go to the doors and I'll go, right, I want to talk to you, but talking is cheap, and I won't be able to talk to them for more than a couple of seconds before I fucking want to smash their heads in. And so I can't do that. There's got to be better people than me that will go
put yourself through that, yeah?
Much better than I can, because I can't talk to people. I can't. Sorry,
you do a good job. You do a good job here. Like, you know, you don't undermine your own skills. Like, I mean,
no, but I can't though.
Who you are,
yeah, but I'm on the phone. My phone's on my table, and I can't punch its head in. And I want to.
But you know something. See, if we start the thing about not talking to people, the thing about I think this is quite true. I believe it myself. Is like when we don't talk to people, we develop these irrational fears. And it's because we've got the fear of the unknown, and that's simply because, you know, you've
Are they irrational though? Are they actually irrational fears?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying to you. You're more rational. The way you think, even if you jump into the I'm going on the attack mode and I feel physical when I want to attack. But even still, even if you keep it in a telephone call context, I guarantee that.
Oh my god!
I guarantee, even if you're feeling so wound up that you want to lash out and stuff like that, the fact that it's in a telephone call, that'll come through in a way that's realistic, and it'll just demonstrate to people that the politicians have done so much to rile up.
I've tried it, you know. I've tried it with Virgin Media, and they keep putting me through to some fucking in Bangladesh, and I can't hold my tongue. You know, I speak to me housing manager, and I just want to punch his fucking head in. I can't speak to people.
Your housing managers in Bangladesh?
I'm not very rational. I'm not. I'm honestly not, lad. I'm not.
How did you get there?
How did I get there?
How did you get, like, if you're speaking to your housing manager, how did you end up in Bangladesh?
No, I'm saying I speak to Virgin Media and they put me through to somebody in fucking Bangladesh and that doesn't understand. They haven't got a clue what a Scouse accent's all about. And I can't understand them and they can't understand me, but I've got to deal with these people.
They're
And I don't
wankers,
want
man.
to deal with them.
They're
I don't
wankers.
want to deal with them. You don't know what a
See,
Scouse accent is, I say.
no, but see all of this, like that's exactly what they're deliberately making us live outside our means.
Mhm.
Like